Hope everybody's doing well. Great week ahead of us, and excited about the challenge that's coming to town, and it's going to be a great environment, one that our entire program is excited about. Said it earlier today. Most important thing for us is controlling our preparation, and that taking us to kickoff. And guys had a good Monday, and they'll be back this evening. But looking forward to the entire week. Open it up.
We'll start with Vince, then Adam.
Josh, you guys had success with that option look on offense. Was there anything you saw defensively that led you to believe you could have success with that plan?
Yeah, just week to week we're going to change offensively based on what we're seeing structurally from the other side of the football, and it was an opportunity for us to get the ball out on the perimeter, and Hendon did a really nice job of operating in it. The 2 times that we ran it, and Dylan did as well.
Sort of how this Florida series has been, different coaches, different players. Florida still owned it. Do you feel like there's any sort of psychological hurdle that your players have to get over? Do they inherit that?
I don't believe that. Each week is different. Each day is different. Each season is. For us, we're however many months into our program right here, right now, and our kids are extremely confident, as they should be. They prepare the right way. They work hard. We've continued to grow. They know that the preparation's going to be the most important thing. It's going to be a great atmosphere. We got to be able to control our emotions during the course of the football game, but compete and not go up and down during the course of the game.
Mark, then Rob.
Josh, you're new to Oklahoma. Obviously, you were very well aware that Texas and Oklahoma State were a little bit different than all the others. After you took this job, how long did it take for somebody said to you, Florida's a little different?
Probably 30 seconds after I arrived here on campus. This is one of the ball games that this fan base and our players point to too, and obviously being a fan of college football, I've seen the great games and the rivalry itself play out, and that's why you come here. You want to be a part of these types of games. You want to have an opportunity to have college game day on your campus and be the primetime slot and have a sold-out stadium, and we're excited to see the fan base and Vol Walk. I know will be electric, and when we run out that tee, there won't be a better atmosphere in college football.
Coach, I don't know if you can answer that, but kind of piggybacking on that a little bit, sold-out stadium, primetime game days to be here. You're ranked on the cusp of the top 10. Did you have a timeline for when you got this program?
No, I think that's one of the things that our players. That help create buy-in with our players is that we've never set a ceiling on what we could or could not do. Last year, this was a ball game that helped in the turning point inside of our program. Obviously, we didn't come out on top. There's a lot of things that we didn't do right, but resetting afterwards that Monday where we came back in and we're just able to show how everything unfolded and the things that we controlled, I think created a ton of buy-in too. At the end of the day, this is, the 4th game of this journey this year. It's a big one because this is the only one we got this week. Our kids will be ready and our staff will too.
Eric and David.
I know it's early in the week, but what have you seen from Anthony Richardson, the challenges that he presents for the offense?
Yeah, first of all, he can throw the football. He can do that on the move. He can do it from inside the pocket. He's big, physical, imposing. You have to bottle him up in the quarterback run game. At the same time, as you're trying to apply pressure when they're dropping back and throw it, he's got the ability to make you pay if you don't have rush integrity inside your pass rush lanes. And we've done a better job this year than we did a year ago, but that's going to be a critical part of the football game.
Jeff, when you talk about not putting a ceiling on what you guys could do very quickly, when did you get a sense of the players in the program really believed that?
Yeah. I thought in year one we continued to grow in each phase. There was always, as there always is in year one, skepticism or not understanding what's going to come next. When you go from January and February strength and conditioning into spring ball, into the summer, into the season, there's always some unknowns there. I think for us as a program, there were a couple of turning points. I said the Florida game last year was a big turning point for us. The way we played and competed when we went to Kentucky continued to create that buy-in. But I think our players started to see that, it was about us and it was about our preparation. And we continued to grow. We became more mature. Our practice habits changed, and we started playing better football.
Brent, then Frank.
Coach, I know you're not going to offer up injury updates today on those guys, but with veteran,
Where's Wes at?
Wes?
Yeah.
Was he supposed to ask that question?
He already put my comments out there, so he had direct quotes. I'm joking.
With veteran guys, is it a situation where you would be more comfortable if later in the week, if they missed a lot of time because they're veteran guys, that you would be more comfortable with them late in the week not getting as much normal preparation?
Yeah, for sure. Guys that have played a bunch of football, that understand what we're doing defensively or offensively. Do you ever want them to not get the physical reps? No, you prefer to have the physical reps. At the same time, those guys are mature enough to typically put themselves in a position to operate and function and play at a really high level with the limited amount of practice reps during the course of the week.
To the back here, Coach. What aspects of Hendon's game remind you of yourself from your playing days, if any?
He's a lot more athletic than I was back in the day. I think how he's grown in his preparation, what he does off the field, and his ability to reset when he's on the field. One play does not affect the next. I think those are a couple things that I would hope remind me of myself.
Ryan, here, and then Blake.
Once you had a chance to go look at the tape, just how did you assess Juwan's performance?
Yeah, I thought he played really well. In his opportunities, he was dialed in. No really mental lapses during the course of it. Communicated extremely well.
Josh, 2 questions. One, do you have an injury update on those guys?
You can talk to Wes. No, I'm just kidding. Today's Monday. We don't do much on the field, and so we'll see as we get out on the grass here in the next couple of days.
Second question, rivalry game day in town. Do you have a sense for how this group handles or responds to pressure situations?
Yeah, I do. I think that's part of, you're going to hear the outside noise and the energy and the excitement. Our kids should be excited about what the environment's going to be on Saturday. Your preparation leads yourself to being ready to play. Competitive composure will be big in this one, and at times we've done a really good job of that. Obviously, there's some things the other night that I did not like. It's going to be important for us all, the 11 guys on the field and everybody on the sidelines too, to be able to compete and have the right frame of mind for 60 minutes.
Ben, then Vince.
Josh, Jalen didn't fumble on Saturday, first time this season. Just how
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Jalen Wright did not fumble on Saturday after fumbling in the first 2 games. Just how have you seen him develop through each game this season after being limited throughout fall camp?
Yeah, I thought he had his most action, most carries, from the course of the season. Thought he handled himself well. Vision, taking care of the football. A lot of positives, protection too.
Josh, you talked about Anthony Richardson from Florida on offense, but what do you see from the Gators defense you'll be going up against?
Yeah, highly skilled. That's your front 4, being able to apply pressure and disrupt your run game. Secondary is long and athletic, like you would anticipate them to be in, and so there's schematic battles that will be fought on Saturday afternoon. But then there's one-on-one battles that are going to have to be won by our players out on the field too.
Brent and Patrick.
Last 2 games you've had almost, 180 yards in penalties, almost 200 yards in penalties. When you look at that, what do you got to do to clean it up? What do you see, particularly on the offensive side of the ball, with some of the self-inflicted penalties that you had?
Yeah, self-inflicted in all 3 phases of the game the last couple of weeks. We got to play cleaner in this one. The hidden yardage will matter. It changes the way 3rd and 4th downs are played. Pre-snap penalties, you can't have them. We can't have a penalty on special teams when the ball's exchanging sides, and as much as anything, we got to play smart and be composed, like I was talking about earlier.
Coach, had some other receivers kind of step up and make some plays. Ramel, I think, Squall had a catch early in the game. Walker again. What's your confidence level in some of the rest of that group beyond the 3 starters?
Yeah, we feel really good about all of those guys. Squirrel goes out there and makes a huge play down the sideline. Early in the football game, Ramel's made plays every time he's had an opportunity this year and last year, and Walker continues to grow and has competed in a really good way. So we feel really good about all those guys.
Ryan.
Josh over here. With Gerald Vincey, just what have you seen from him the first 3 games, and then with him going against his former team this week, do you say anything to him about that, or how do you think he'll handle that situation?
I joked with him a little bit today. You know, he gets a chance to go compete against a few guys that he's got a pretty good understanding of who they are and what they're about. Give a little scouting report this evening on the front. He's played really well. I think he's continuing to get better and more comfortable in what we're doing. He's executed really well in the pass game. Pass protection continues to get better in the run game too, and I expect him to have a big ball game on Saturday.
Other questions? Okay. All right. Thank you.
Guys, have a great one.
And then